So thank you everybody uh, to be on this call. This is the second masterclass. Last time we covered a lot of basic stuff, how to use Lead Finder Jack, and we did a role play. And I asked you for feedback, and I incorporated your feedback in this webinar too. So besides what was planned to cover by yourself with Fritz, we have incorporated also your question. So for those who haven't met me, I'm an internet marketer guy since 2009. I serve more than 50 companies now, and my specialty is AdWords. So that's in a nutshell. And when you go to the Lead Finder Jack members area, I have put actually a longer introduction for me and the family. So if you're interested, you can watch that part. So I cut and paste that part out. Okay. So my business partner for Lead Finder Jack is actually Eric Linders. He's a very smart. He's too young to say whiz kid, but he's really smart. Things outside of the box, are able to create applications what you only expect from Microsoft or Apple, but he likes to work for himself, and we partnered up since 2009, and we introduced it for the Lead Finder for more than 1,000 users. Each application almost different because it's PC based. You have XP, Vista, 7, 8, then you have different browsers, then you have different countries. So you have so multivariance, and we only have at the moment only two major things going on, and that is that Google changed the search space, and the second thing is we need to improve the export function. So that is the only thing that is at the moment is going on. Also on the call is Fritz Torp, and let me unmute him because he knows himself better than anybody else. So Fritz, tell a little bit about yourself briefly.
Yeah, most days I know myself, and today I do. Yeah, real quick, I've been in internet marketing online for about 7 years, done everything. Was a chiropractor and really loved marketing, so I just retired from there a long time ago and been marketing ever since. Taken some hardware, network. I can do everything except program. So love this business and been blessed with having a lot of clients, and I'm going to share some of my tips and tricks with you tonight. Okay. I hope you appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Everybody does. Okay. Every webinar, they love you, Fred. So, so then this is the second session. Is August 28 today, and we have 2 more sessions to go to. So today is more about niche, and so we will cover that first. So we cover the 12 hot niches which we are targeting, Fritz. And do you have music on the background on or so? And so we have 12 hot niches to target, which we found out those are the best. And I also will. Fred, I still hear background. Can you take a look at it? Then look. Are you on the not on the USB headset?
Yeah, I've got my USB headset in.
And this.
Man, this is really. I'm just. Can you hear this? I'm just turning pages.
Yeah, I hear that, and I hear something on the back. So
wow.
So then we will discuss a client getting a website. So you use Lead Finder Jack, and then we also we send them an email. But what you need is actually that a client is responding to you. That is the ideal situation where you want to come. Somebody is asking you for help. Fritz, I still hear, I don't know what I hear, but I hear a lot.
Well, go ahead and turn me off. I'm just typing in a website. I mean, Yeah, go ahead and mute me then until you
And
want me to talk, because it's better.
And then we do the role play. So with Fritz. Fritz is really expert in that. And then I got one question from you guys. Train owner and staff how to handle the incoming calls. So I'm going to speak to that. And then how to ask the client's credit card info. Fritz is really good in that. And some characters of an ideal niches, you know. So let's see. Actually what we're going to discuss with you is now the 12 hot niche. And now I'm going to unmute Fritz for this. Fritz, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
So Fritz, the last, I don't know how much money you spent on this, but a lot of money to find out what the 12 hot niches are. And I put them here on the screen, so you might be able to say what the hot niches are and also why they are hot niches, so people get an understanding where to look after, which niches to go after.
Yes. Some of these, well, most of them I've had clients in, and a couple that I've not had clients in, I have just stumbled upon by knowing the business owner in this niche and found out that they were using pay-per-click to get a lot of leads. So between me, trial and error, and knowing business owners in these niches, I found out that you can get phone calls for your clients in these niches 4 or 5 times easier than other niches, mainly because the people need these services very fast, and they do not shop looking at 5 or 6 websites for the best looking website. They're looking for a phone number, and they're looking for it quickly. So that's how this came to pass, and I stumbled upon this with the locksmith about a year and a half ago, and I didn't know what would happen, but you know, I doubled his business in about 2 weeks, and he's been getting 50 plus phone calls a month now for about a year and a half. So since then I ventured into other niches, and at this moment in time I've only got 12, but on the radar I'm going to go into less emergency type niches and try to find some higher end so-called niches that will cost a little more money to get calls, but you'll make a lot more money. So right now it's what is he? You've got 6 here, and I've got 6 more.
Yeah, I got on the second sheet. I got the other 6.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
So I think one of the questions from you guys was, what is the characteristic of a good niche? Okay, so if you drive traffic to the website, you want that the visitor takes action. Okay, when are people taking action is when they are in a need. They want to get it solved now. So that character a good niche. Also, you want to go in a niche which is not too much competition in, and so you don't want to go in a big city, but you want to go in an average city where there is enough traffic and the click price is not too high. So T-ticket is traffic ticket. Are you printing, or Fritz?
Yes.
So don't do that, okay?
Okay.
So we all hear this here.
Yeah, that's traffic ticket and DUI attorney. Traffic ticket attorney and DUI attorneys are good too. You can get leads for them. Those are the 2 best, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So does that answer your guys' questions about which niche to go after if you're after paid per lead or paid per call, because if you go after those niches, you will able to get some extra business for some extra clients and business for the business owners. Does that make sense? Okay, I see a lot of yeses. I would prefer to offer the client a package of like 10 calls, for example, 400 in advance and rebill after the 8th call. Could the program be programmed to do similar to that? Yes, actually we are working on that. So I can announce to a small group, to your guys, I haven't tell anybody else, is that within Lead Tracker Jack, from tomorrow or maybe the day after, you can enter a credit card. So you just get the client's credit card and it gets charged either the invoice amount or a value you give in, okay? So the next step is, and that is what we're going to program it, you have an agreement that you say, I pay $400 and I'm going to generate that many calls. And in round robin, you can set up, okay, the first 10 calls I want to company A, and after that I want to company B. And A, we have an agreement that we send 10 calls for $400. So that way you can manage the amount and you can manage where the calls get connected to. So that's all. That credit card is done tomorrow. That credit card is done tomorrow, and that limit of calls is coming. So it's not announced yet. It's something was in the make. The developer is working on it. So do you say 10 calls for 400? I'd use as an example, okay? For some niches you can charge $20, for some niches $30, some niches $40. And also depends on it's all depends on how much money the company makes from each customer. That is where you want to base your pricing on, and also where you feel comfortable on, okay? And bottom line, you need to make money. So if it costs you more than $20 to generate that phone call, you need to charge at least that, of course. Does that make sense? Let's see if I answer all the questions. Is it being recorded? My connection is a bit flaky today. The recording is running, and if everything goes well, it will. I have a site up, but have an awful time getting it to rank. You know, I'm not an SEO guy, and I don't like to be dependent on it. Fritz and I mainly drive the traffic via Google AdWords. And the next is the third session is going to help you with that. So either you do backlinks, but I'm not an SEO guy, so I don't want to be dependent. I want to spend an X amount of dollar, and I want to earn an X amount of money, and that conversion, that if that is good, I'm in business, and I want to be in business tomorrow. I don't want, if you have an agreement with a company, you know, that you generate calls, you want to get running as fast as possible. You know, then you make a good impression. When they see the phone ringing the next day or so, then they're going to appreciate you. Yes, Jack, is this system where you set up a website, then collect the phone call leads, and then sell those leads to a local business? Yes, in principle you can do the setup round robin. You connect those calls to different businesses in one particular city, and then you want to convert them to a paying customer. And once you have a paying customer, you can set up a fixed payment per period, let's say per month, not per week, and then charge them that, generate a certain amount of calls for that, or you can have them paid for each call. And those niches which we presented to you, those are the niches you want to go after for this type of business, because they have been proven to work. Does that make sense? This doesn't make sense if you're not ranking on the first page. Yes, and that is why Fritz and I use AdWords. We are in the top 3. We getting traffic. We getting calls. How long before those niches are overrun? I don't know. You mean overrun? That means that too much competition. I cannot answer the question, but there are so many businesses out there, and there are so few marketers who are after those niches. So I think you're still good for a long time. So you are spending money for pay-per-click. Yes, that is what Fritz and I do. And we look at the ROI, and once the ROI, if we can generate a call for $5 and we get $20, we try to generate as many calls as we can. Yeah, so you want to go after kind of emergency niche, or a niche where there's not a lot of competition and where people have an immediate need, so they are not surfing over the internet for a week before they make a decision. So those are the best niches to go after. Okay. Fritz is back, so. Fritz,
yeah, just a couple things from. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you good, Fritz.
Okay. Yeah, a couple things about SEO, which I did for about 6 years, and I was real good at it. Is besides the Google algorithm being completely different now and changes about every 2 weeks, a lot of online marketing companies that sell big SEO packages have a little dirty secret that they use pay-per-click guys like me and Jack to get calls for their clients, and they don't tell the clients. I've got 2 now that refer their clients to me when the clients are tired of paying for branding and they want phone calls. They use me to make the phone ring and then just upsell it to the client. So not everybody does that, but that should tell you something, that businesses, they want to build their business. There's nothing wrong with branding and all the other stuff or social media, but eventually they will ask you, well, I didn't get any phone calls. And that's when you're in trouble. So if you learn first how to make the phone ring for a client, you can always include getting phone calls in a bigger marketing package, which is I'm going to do in the future, where you don't talk about just getting leads for them. You talk about a complete marketing package to a client, but part of that, a big part of that, is getting them leads, and that's the most important part. But they'll pay for branding and other stuff too, but if you don't know how to get their phone to ring, which most SEO people don't, because it doesn't ring from organic, that's been my experience, then they're going to drop out. But if you know how to make the phone ring, you can sell them a package, and you'll keep them a lot longer because they're getting phone calls. And that's been my experience. Okay? Any questions on that?
I answer most of the questions. So I got a question about which call tracking software are you using. So I use Lead Tracker Jack. It's my own call tracking software. Not sure if who's on the call want to see a demo of lead tracker jack. I don't think it's good to do it now, but I can prepare a demo. Is somebody interested in this? So I see a couple of yeses. So I can do that in one of the sessions. Maybe I do a bonus session and we can see. Okay. Fritz, are you still printing?
No, I'm fine. I was just turning pages, believe it or not. I just
okay,
turned like
okay.
one page, and you heard it. So
okay.
I can't. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, so let me cover lead tracker jack of a call tracker jack in a separate webinar. Okay, because some have seen and some don't have. So let me go to the next slide. So I want to cover some niches which don't work, so not as for PPC, because either there is too much competition or the click are too costly. So interior design, landscape, kitchen remodeling, photography, windows, doors, hotels, those are all niches Fritz has explored and it didn't work for PPC. So furniture store, general contractor, personal injury attorney, gyms, beauty salons, and florists. Fritz, what is there an airplane flying or so? So something is on the back.
No, it could just be a vent from a air conditioner.
Oh, okay. That's maybe
it could be. I can't believe.
Is there a blower before your microphone or so? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just a vent from the air conditioner. But
okay.
This is really good software, isn't it? Wow. They got their act. Citrus has their act together. No, it's
okay. So
nothing going on here.
So those are the niches you do not want to go after. So hopefully you get the sense which niches works and which niches don't work. We add the gyms, the spa. Did you? I think the spa is also kind of a niche that you don't want to. You don't need to go right away. So you want to go. Fritz, I'm going to mute you, and then
okay.
I'm going to on when you are. It's your turn. Okay. So spa is also a niche which I don't think is not an immediate need. So the spa niche that works good with for reputation marketing. So not for PPC. So if you don't go for pay per lead, but you go more for reputation, spa they need a good reputation. So that is where you can go after for. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the agenda. Okay, I want to show you one more time the 12 hot niches, and I want you to ask which niche you want us, Fritz and me, to role play. So emergency dentist, I think we already did appliance repair, the bail bond, emergency vet, Limaserve. I think we did the locksmith already. Traffic ticket, I think we did the towing. Urgent care, I think we already did. City plumbers and water damage. So which niche you want us to cover tonight? Type in your chat box. Yeah, I see plumber, I see water damage, and I see emergency vet. So those are. Water damage is also good for somebody else. Plumber is now equal. So guys, you who doesn't have vote, I think water damage is winning now. Any will work. Towing, I think we did. So it's in the master plumbers. Okay, got plumbers. So let's do Water damage. I've turned on Fred's back. Fred, do you hear me? Fred, do you hear
Yes,
me?
water damage. Water damage is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me a little bit concentrate. So I'm the business owner. I have sent you an email for more information, and you're going to call me, correct?
Yes.
So just call me, Fred.
Okay. Hello. Is this Jack from Disaster Services?
Yes, it is.
Great. Nice talking to you, Jack. I appreciate you filling out the form and wanting more information how we can get you more new customers. So I just have a couple of quick questions for you before we start working with you. What type of area are you looking to get clients from? Which city and how far outside the city?
Actually, I live a little bit in the center of the city, and I see my customers, they come, I think the whole city. I think I don't have too much competition. I think, let's say 10 miles radius.
That's good. Okay, so because we can set where the calls come from exactly, and 10 miles around your city would be great. You have enough people to handle at least 2 to 3 calls a day, I assume, right?
Yes, that's no problem.
Okay, that's fantastic. And do you do primarily water damage, or do you also do mold also, or which type of clients would you like the best?
I like more the water damage the best, because mold, they are more looking for a quote.
Right.
But
That's right. And water damage is water damage is mostly insurance coverage, I assume, right? In your city also, like other cities.
Yes.
You get
so we have
your average ticket price. Yeah, is about what, at least 3,000 to 4,000. Are you in that range?
Yes.
Like most of my other clients.
At average, sometimes we have a big business if they have something going on, and sometimes we it's a private thing, so we only the bills between the $2,000 around that.
Well, it's important that you answer the calls, because it costs us a lot of money to get these calls, and sometimes you may get calls late in the evening, even up to 12, 1 o'clock at night. Do you man those calls, or do you have someone else doing it, or do you have a time that you can't take the calls?
Actually, how we have set it up is that between 10 o'clock at night and 6 in the morning, they can leave a message, and we call them back in the morning.
Okay. Well, we probably won't get you calls then, because in your business, the first person to the house when they have water damage usually gets the job, and we want you to get all the calls we send you to get there first. So we'll just do the calls, all day except those hours when you don't handle the calls. That's pretty much it. I've got your phone number where I'm going to send the calls to. We're going to record the calls, so you know that these are good calls, because we're just going to charge you for the calls where you get a job. Does that sound okay with you?
How much does it cost?
Well, to start with, we're gonna give you a fairly big discount. We're only going to charge you $45 for a call, and we'll see how it goes. And then when things after the first month, we'll renegotiate, because unfortunately for you, I know that your calls are worth quite a bit of money, and so we're going to be cheaper than anybody else. I know we're about a third of the price of ServiceMagic, so that should be good to you. And plus, we don't send these calls out to 5 other water damage companies. You're going to be the only one. So if that's agreeable to you at that price, I'm going to send you an agreement over that just says the area you're going to take the calls, when the calls are going to start, and at the bottom there'll just be a space for your credit card so that when the calls come in, we'll know that they'll be covered and we get paid. How does that sound to you?
Can we just start the free trial the first week?
Well, I would love to do that. Believe me, I really, like helping my customers, but unfortunately, my company does not allow that. It's just a company rule that we've got to have a credit card on file, and it's totally secure. We use the same credit card company as all the other big companies out there. It's called Authorize.net, so it's totally safe and secured. We'll never use it unless you have calls. So if that's okay with you, we're going to start sending you clients tomorrow. Any other questions?
Yeah, I like to start for a short period of time, so see how things are turning out. Is it something like we can do for 3 months, and then if it doesn't work out, I can cancel, or how does it work?
You can just do this for 1 month if you want. I mean, we're confident we're going to get you calls, and at the end of the month, if you're not happy with the quality of the calls, you go your way and we'll go ours. But we're specialized in your particular niche. And I know how you work, and I know what you're looking for. You're looking for good clients that have an emergency need, and it's water damage. So we're gonna get those calls for you.
Where do you get those calls from?
We get them all over the internet. We have many different properties. Of course, the main one is Google, and as you know, the calls from Google are by far the highest quality calls on the internet. There are many other places, but primarily we get them from Google because they're such high quality. When they go to Google and type in, Boca Raton water damage, they're in need of your services. You just got to get there in time. And when that happens, you're going to make $3,000 or $4,000.
And can I see those calls? How does it work? Do I get any reporting?
Yeah. At the end of each week, we're going to record the calls and send you a copy of the recordings. And we will contact you before we bill your credit card, and we send you a recording. And if there's any disagreement, we'll be happy to refund you on the next week. So at the end of each week, you should be making, you should get a few clients.
Okay, that's what I like.
Yep, it works out great. So I'm going to send over this agreement. Have a look at it. Call me back if you have any questions, but just sign it and email it back to me. And we'll get going.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Okay. So I got a lot of questions in the chat box.
Okay.
So, would it be also helpful when an actual case of actually how Lead Finder Jack is used to accomplish selling mobile sites? Yeah, actually, I can demo that to find mobile sites and which template you are sending out for. What are you guys using now instead of Google Keyword Tool? I still use the Google. I enter more the URL in it. So I think I can demo next week. Is your printer running, Fritz?
No.
Something is on the background. And then how do you price your calls? It is strictly according to the AdWords price. How many keywords are you using typically? So actually in Fritz call lead domination, he's going to reveal the exact keywords, but ask me the question next week and I'm going to answer how to find those keywords. Actually, when you understand how I'm doing that, it's pretty simple. If you use local intent keywords like plumber in and plumber location and plumber city, those are the keywords you want to go after with a local intent. So if you go to the master tab, I put a Google AdWords training in it, and once you see that, you will get it. How are you charging your customers and how often? Do you use PayPal or merchant service? How often do you invoice? Once a week. Okay. James, they are all great questions. So let me answer them, okay? How do you charge your customer? We ask customers credit card information. Do you use PayPal or merchant service? In the next day, you can enter your client credit card information and get paid on your PayPal account. So that's coming, okay? So that's very easy for you. Fritz, do you have a sensitivity on your mic or so?
Yeah, it must be, I mean, it's not a real expensive one. I just have a Logitech, with a microphone.
Yeah, me too. And USB one?
I'll switch over to my other one. Maybe I'll just use the one on the computer, see if that helps, okay?
No, I don't think. I think you need a USB one.
I know, but you're hearing everything.
Yeah, but I don't know what I hear, but something is...
Can you still hear me now?
I hear you well, and I don't hear the background sound yet.
Because I took my headphone off.
Okay.
There. Yeah, no headphone now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
So let's try this, okay? So that is, I think I answer your guys' questions now about the niches, how to go after it, how to convert. What we actually can do is, there's still that sound, Fritz, and I hear the keyboard.
Yeah, that's me. There we go.
Okay, so we did the role play. So Fritz, one of the things what you need, and actually is not that easy, I think, for everybody, is to get the credit card information. So we did a couple of role plays. Are there certain things you say or not say to get a credit card?
Asking me?
Yes.
The best thing that I've heard is I said in the last couple of role plays was about, we use the same credit card as Amazon, eBay, and everyone else, Authorize.net. I had a salesperson, say that to me once, and that's the best I've heard. I mean, you just have to build trust with them, and they just have to trust you. And some niches, the people are more trustworthy than others, but you just have to build up trust. I mean, they can always do a chargeback, so there's really no risk to them at all with PayPal or a credit card. So they should be willing to give you a credit card on file. If they will not, you just be leery of them, and that's been my experience. And I hate to say it because you're going to lose customers, but in the long run, you'll be better off. You just have to get them. I mean, I've gotten them before on the phone, for $2,000 and stuff. So, and I never I don't have any clients that are local. I don't have one client that's local. Every client I have is in another city. So it's just a matter of the person. It's not, if they don't want to give you a credit card, it's not your problem. Remember that. They have a problem. And you have to always remember that. They have a problem, and when they have a problem, you probably don't want to deal with them anyway. That has been my personal experience, okay? All your clients or potential clients are not going to be people that you want to work with. Take my word for it. Right, Jeff? Or right, Jack?
So there are a couple of things what I wanted to add.
Okay.
You want to charge once per week, not once per month. Don't let that build up, okay? Don't let something like, you know, I get $1,000 per month, so I only charge him end of the month. So then you should charge $250 and see if the payment goes through, okay? So that is number one. Second thing is to build up trust. I think what you better can do is the first couple of calls are on me, okay? But I need your credit card on file because that is our policy, and I'm going only to charge you after the third call. Something like that, okay? So if you are not happy with my service, you can cancel anytime, okay? So, but that doesn't mean that he is not willing to share his credit card information. So I know some people don't like that credit card, but it is an essential thing to get paid, okay? I think it is better to work out a deal that you say, I need your credit card now, but I'm only going to charge you at that point, okay? If he's not willing to charge you at that point, then you might waste your energy, because everybody likes things for free, but you need to get paid your time, and there are enough business who is willing to pay you. Okay, how often do you have to pay Google for AdWords? Are you setting daily budgets? How do you determine the budget? Do you ever get too many calls? Yes, for certain niches you can get too many calls, and either you lower the budget or you send those calls to another business. I'm going to mute you for a second, Fritz. Then we don't have that echo. So then either you limit the budget in Google, or you're going to, if you're able to generate more calls, you're going to send those calls to another business. Like if you do towing or mobile mechanic, you're able to generate more calls than that one business is able to handle most of the time. How do you justify if a call is chargeable? It depends a little bit. You want to speak with the owner. Either you go through all the calls and you see if there's an appointment set or something like that, or you say, hey, if the call is longer than 60 seconds, that is likely a good call. And with a lead tracker jack, you can set the call needs to be unique, okay? So there are a couple of ways. And if you say, I'm doing the internet market for you, you get 10 calls per week, but 2 calls are on me. So in lead tracker jack, you can say you get 2 free calls per week. So I don't want any discussion about if a call is good or not good. So you avoid a little bit that discussion by giving some free calls, and it doesn't take your time anymore. Something like that. You know, there are different ways to go around, but lead tracker jack has all those options. Yeah, I do that all the time, a couple of free calls per week. I don't want those discussions. So maybe, but because if a call is wasted or it's not a good call, in their mind they say, you know, I also get some free calls. So you just say you get a couple of free calls because not every call is a winner. How many local servers for the 3 to 5 keys per month? Greg, if you go to the resource page of Lead Finder Jack, there's a link from Fritz, local lead domination. He covers that in detail. Which keywords, which cities, which natures. You just follow his instruction. I'm going to cover that next week to see how AdWords works, but if you really want to go on a keyword level, Fritz has done all that hard work for you. Is the pay-per-call part of Lead Finder Jack? No, that Lead Tracker Jack and Lead Finder Jack are two different products. Lead Finder Jack, you need to sign up, find clients, and Lead Tracker Jack, you need to track the fulfillment and get paid. So I think so far we did a role play. We covered how to ask the client's credit card information. We covered what the characteristics are from ideal niche. What we didn't cover so far is how to train the owner and staff how to handle the incoming calls. And let's see if Fritz has something to say to that. Otherwise, I will cover that too. Fritz?
Yes.
Fritz, do you ever get Do you ever get that question how to train the staff
to handle the incoming calls?
Yeah, let me speak to it, and then you can think a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
yeah.
Actually, this is very, very important. I forgot to ask that, but it's very, very important. Okay, because most business owners don't pay enough attention to it, and it can make a big difference if you are able to convert that call to a paying customer. So actually I have a local business together with my wife, and we are how do you say it, we are learn those things, okay, and we master those things. So the best, what you want to understand is a website, the goal of a website is to make the phone ring. It's not about educating people. It's not about displaying all the details. It's just enough that the website visitor makes the phone call. They need to, are you still hearing me, everybody? They need to be able to, yeah, okay, good. They need, the website visitor needs to build up, the website needs to build up enough trust that the visitor makes the phone call. Okay, so that is part number one. Once they create the phone call, the goal of the person who received the phone call is not to educate, not to tell about features, all of that. It's just to set up an appointment or to do the job. Okay, so the receiver needs to know what the service is about. If they have a technical question or session, they should be able to answer that. But if somebody determines, I want to call that business, the easiest way is to say, let me check the schedule and get it done for you. So nail it down very quickly in a conversation. If the business accepts clients, then you answer, when would you like to come in? Does Thursday afternoon work for you? Very fast, because they are in the mood to order. They are in the mood to, because they already called, there's a hot lead. If sometimes they say, how much is going to cost me? And then you say, what are you looking for? Okay, but you don't start with it. Okay, you don't assume that they need every detail before they come in. Some people don't want to share the details. They just want to get it done. So use that to your advantage. If they didn't convert, they want to close the conversation, like in case you need our service, we are located and if you have more questions, please ask for Jack. So what you do, is you build up more rapport, you build up more trust. And with that, you get a second chance to set that appointment, to sell the service. I did that many, many times, and half of the time it worked. Because for some service, they just wanted the price, and they want to call around. But you didn't have a chance to build up that trust. Now, when you say, okay, when you're ready to make a decision, here we are located, and because I got you on the line, ask for Jack. And then say, wow, he's not pushing, he's providing information. Sometimes they start over and they say, hey, can I get more information about it? And then you get a second chance to convert that customer. Also in Lead Tracker Jack, there's a feature that the business can listen to the calls. So if you want to sit down with the business owners, you can train them and say, hey, this call went fine and this call didn't go fine. And they will discover that not every employee is handling the calls as they would like. Any question about the phone call? Let me bring in Fritz. Fritz, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, so anything you want to add to the phone conversation, the training the staff?
No, other than statistics have proven that the number of appointments a business sets on an incoming phone call can range as much as 80% difference from a really good person on the phone with a good voice to a person that isn't very good on the phone and has a lackluster voice. So it is very important to a business owner, and if they're answering the phone or they don't answer the phone and they don't answer it correctly, you should bring that up to the owner, or if that's the case, I would immediately start looking for another client in that city. You know, if they answer the phone not the right way, not enthusiastically, just start looking for somebody else quickly.
Yeah, because
it's important.
The client is only happy when you bring more business. If they are not able to convert the phone call, they don't get the business. So either you help them with answer the phone correctly, or you move on, or you look for an alternative. And what Fritz said is really true. It can make 80% difference to convert a call or not. And you need to get those phone calls converted. That's how they get new clients in. Do you ever do a test phone call first, like a customer, like a fake customer? I don't do that, but when I sign up new clients, I tell them how important answering the phone is, and I also share that I'm a local business owner by myself and what I do to get those calls converted. And some people think that a longer phone call is better than a shorter, and it's actually not always the truth. You know, you want to build up trust, but you don't need to explain every feature of every possibility. They were on the website, they need a service, so okay, you want to position yourself as the expert, and once you position as the expert, it's just, when would you like us to come, or when would you like to come in? So you're going to, for the assumption, you need me and I can help you, so let me do it as quickly as possible. And don't say something like you can walk in whenever you want, or you know, you just get that commitment. That's what I wanted to say. Try to get a commitment. So from the customer, so that's important. So if you don't say first sentence, you can call us anytime, you know. No, try to say, when are you available? does tomorrow at 3 o'clock work for you? So try to get that commitment. Do you tell the potential client when first, one second, I will mute you, Fritz, a little bit. Do you tell the potential client when first discussing sending them leads that they need to handle the phone very well, or you will find another client? I don't tell them directly, but I'm letting them know that it is very important. If they don't handle the phone call correctly, it will affect their business. So I'm telling them, I'm able to let your phone ring, but you need to answer the phone and provide well service. That is your part. And most businesses can provide that service, but they are sometimes not that big, those companies, and they are in a hurry, so they don't realize how important a phone call is for new clients. And they might get a lot of phone calls which are not from new clients, like, can I get results, can I reschedule, where are you located? So I understand that they're not always focused, but to get new clients you need to be focused and also motivated to get that commitment. What is the purpose of the client website if you are doing mostly email marketing to get clients? If you purpose of the client website, there's something like reviews, LinkedIn, Facebook. Everything counts, you know. When people going to use a service, 70% of those customers, they're going to check you out if there's something bad or something written about you, okay? But it's like when you buy something at Amazon, you're going to read those reviews. And if something has a good review, you're much more likely to use that service. Do you ever send leads to multiple clients and set the incoming calls to the first client who answers the phone so you have fewer unanswered? Yes, and I don't know if so in Lead Tracker Jack, in Round Robin, you have the feature that you can have the phone ring for multiple businesses, and whoever picks up the phone gets that client. Do your site have reviews? Yes, that is a must. Okay, building up reputation, building up trust is a big part to get phone calls. James, I feel you, if you watch that Google AdWords training in the masterclass, you will be very pleased, because I think it answers most of your questions about which keywords to use, which ads to use, how the website needs to be. It answers so many questions for you. Any other questions that I didn't cover? How do you get the reviews for your customer? You want to help your client for, okay? It's not easy. So you want to send them a form and tell them and let them know that it's very important to get those reviews. Yeah, I think it is recorded, so can't promise. Any other questions? James, are we pleased with all your questions? Go to the masterclass, tap on Lead Finder Jack, and you will be pleased. The AdWords class is as bonus in the masterclass. I think it's the top video. Is Craigslist going to be covered? There is a bonus training, I think, in it. It's not really in detail. I'm more an AdWords specialist. I can send you a report about Craigslist. If you send me a support ticket, I can send you something like that. Any other questions? Yes, the Lead Finder Jack Masterclass is inside, not in the Lead Finder membership side, not in the Lead Finder Jack software, but in the Lead Finder Jack members side. Katie, I thank you. This has been very helpful. So, we are here to help you to get some new view on certain things. Daniel, I thank you. Thanks, guys. I know Frits has a lot of knowledge, real practice. So all what we present is based on experience. Together with me, I'm more an AdWords specialist, but Frits has discovered all those niches. Thanks for the overview and information. Thank you, Janine. I appreciate it. So next week we're going to cover more the fulfillment part. If you have any questions, always feel free to send a support ticket to support@leadfinderjack.com. So I put them in one file, and I try to adjust a little bit the session that I fulfill your need. So thanks everybody, and also Frits is saying goodbye now. So Frits is leaving. He has an appointment now. Let me unmute Frits. Frits, you want to say goodbye?
Yes. Thanks a lot, everyone, and I think we'll definitely have more sales training, right, Jack? Because this is real important, how to close people. I've talked to some unbelievable closing people in other industries. They're just so good at it, and I think that we as internet marketers lack that ability because we're so technical. But when you learn that skill, you'll make a lot more money. But it's a skill you have to learn. So it's real important how to close people.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Because
very important.
The typical product you read about is how to do something, how to create a mobile website, how to do the reputation, how to do the AdWords, all those kind of things. But actually, step number one is that somebody pays for your time and you pays your bills. So it is that skill, how to convert a client, is what you need to master, and that is something what this master class is about.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone.
Yes,
talk to you next week. Bye. Okay, bye.
Any other questions? Okay, with that, I really appreciate you guys' time. I will work on the recording. They will be in the members area. And if you have any questions, just send an email to support@leadfinderjack.com, and I will incorporate in the next masterclass session. Thank you so much.